25. Decorative items can be expensive, but if you let your creative side out for a while, you might be surprised what you can come up with. For example, someone decided to create this cool beer can ceiling lamp. 24. Coffee makers can be a student's best friend, especially during finals. But coffee makers don't hold a monopoly on making coffee. One easy way to do so without the coffee maker is to wrap about 2 tablespoons of grounds in a coffee filter and tie it with a string. Then, pour boiling water and let the coffee seep. 23. College dorms don't really have a lot of excess space, and towel storage takes up a lot of that, but it doesn't have to. Use clothes hangers to hang your towels for later use. 22. Now that we're well into the MP3 era, CDs are becoming somewhat outdated. But if you're thinking about getting rid of your old CD tower, consider this. Use that tower as a bathroom shelf organizer. Simply create bigger slots by removing excess CD dividers. 21. Cooking pasta for just yourself is always a problem simply because most people can't eat a whole pound in 1 or 2 sittings, and then you don't know what to do with the rest, especially after you've ripped open the box. That's why you should always keep empty Pringle cans somewhere. You can store the pasta inside. 20. If you're organizing a party and need music, but the only equipment in your possession is your smartphone, then put it into an empty plastic soda bottle. This will amplify your smartphone's sound. 19. When you don't have any extra money to spend on things you consider to be necessary, you tend to get creative. You won't believe how useful and what a great desk decoration a used toilet paper roll can be. 18. If you belong to the rare category of students who happen to have a washing machine in their dorm, then you automatically have a lot of free space to chill all kinds of beverages. 17. If your smartphone isn't waterproof and you tend to get wasted every time there's a party, just make sure you have 2 condoms on you. One for you in case you get lucky, and one to cover up your smartphone from the disaster that might follow. 16. You're just a student, and so you don't have a lot of space in your mini fridge, but you've got a lot to store, especially beer and soda. What do? Just stick a binder clip in the grill to stack your bottles so they won't slide around. There's no easier way to get them in or out. You're welcome. 15. As you have probably noticed by now, for some reason, some professors tend to talk very slow during their lectures, to the point where it's difficult to pay attention or even stay awake. But you still need notes, right? Just make sure to record their long, boring lectures and then play them on your laptop at twice the speed by using a program like VLC to speed up the recording. 14. Most of us who were once students know firsthand that a good iron is not only useful for ironing your clothes, but can also cook the perfect grilled cheese, while a coffee maker makes pasta and noodles better, faster, and tastier than the best Italian restaurants for some reason. The things you learn as a student. 13. When a hole punch isn't up to the task because that huge stack of papers is too much for it to handle, don't get desperate, get creative. That's what electric screwdrivers are for. 12. Surveys have shown that when we write things in different colors, it helps our brains remember some of these notes better than others. In other words, keep the most important notes in colors you tend to like so you can memorize them better. Plus, your notebook will look artistic and colorful. 11. As you've probably noticed by now, fellow students who like to borrow things tend to not return them, especially pens. A good idea to stop them from even asking for your pen is to hide a blue ink cartridge in a red pen, because, let's face it, nobody ever uses a red pen except your professors. 10. Studying in a room that's hot as hell is one of the worst things that can happen to any student. What's worse is when the AC in your dorm stops functioning properly. The solution may be found in something as simple as a wash rag. Take the rag and run it under cold water, then lay it on the thermostat. This may fool that stubborn dorm AC into working again. 9. Use a pizza box as a dustpan. Think about it. You don't have to clean it after. You don't pay anything for it since you already paid for the pizza it came in, and the best part is that it goes straight into the trash with all the dirt. 8. Having short charger cords attached to a power strip near your bed can be a real hassle. So what do you do in such a case? Just tape it to your nightstand so the cords won't get all tangled on the floor, and the plugs will be less likely to fall out. 7. If you're one of those heavy sleepers who never manages to hear their alarm ringing, but you can't afford to miss any more classes in the morning, then just put your phone in a glass. This will amplify the sound, thus making your alarm much louder. 6. You might have hated seeing them everywhere in your house, but they might serve you well in your dorm room. If you don't have a lot of room to put your speakers, you can always use macrame plant hangers to hang them from the ceiling and save space. Additionally, it's a totally awesome indie decoration. 5. Build up your GPA in the beginning semesters when classes are easier, because you'll really need all those easy A's to balance out those harder classes come junior and senior year. 4. Use tortillas as a plate so you don't have to do dishes as often. This is one of the best things about multiculturalism and having friends from different backgrounds. I would have never known this trick if it wasn't for a Mexican friend who taught me how to eat beans, rice, mincemeat, and other delicious foods without having to do the dishes afterwards. And no, it wasn't Juan. He's Dominican. 3. Every ambitious student who wants to have some fun as well needs to hang around the hardest working students every now and then. Make friends with them and do projects with them while pulling your weight. The next 4 years will be so much easier with good study buddies. 2. You're a student, thus you can't cook, nor have a plate of food waiting for you every day, so you have to be smart with leftovers. For example, reheat your cold pizza in the microwave with a glass of water. Your toppings won't be dry, and the crust will stay crunchy. 1. If you plan to give an important presentation to the class, then you need to set up a couple friends to ask you a few questions that you already know the answers to. This way, you'll look like a genius and get your 15 minutes of fame. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 2 videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.